Rams, the Dodgers, various school districts, businesses, and I've been telling them that I am coming here to speak to Avon. And everyone I speak to, and I say that, they are just so impressed with you and your brand. You didn't know that. You have a great brand. You have such a strong tradition. You have an amazing, powerful, and positive brand, and that is made up of thousands of amazing, positive, and powerful people just like you who are right here, right now. And so I think it's fitting that I talk about today the power of a positive you. But I have to tell you, I think it's ironic that I speak about this because I'm not naturally a positive person. I grew up in Long Island, New York. Yeah. In a Jewish Italian family, a lot of food, a lot of guilt. A lot of wine, a lot of whining. My mom, she wanted the son the doctor, the son the lawyer. My brother goes to Johns Hopkins, pre-med. I go to Cornell University, pre-law. So she's telling everyone, she's bragging, oh, my son the doctor, my son the lawyer. My brother came out an actor, I came out a bartender. She was devastated. My dad was a New York City police officer, undercover narcotics. Thank you. He was shot a few times. He wasn't too big on positive energy. I love my dad. He's a very loving man, but the most negative guy on the planet. You get up in the morning, hey, good morning, Dad. He'd say, what's so good about it? My dad was Al Bundy before Al Bundy was Al Bundy. I just realized a lot of you have no idea what Al Bundy is. I think growing up in the family I grew up in, though, it made me want to be a more positive person. So I started to pursue it. I started to research ways I could be more positive. And that led me to write a book called The Energy Bus. Who here has read The Energy Bus, just to get an idea? Okay, both of you, excellent. That's why I have to stay positive. For those who haven't read it, it's about a guy named George who's miserable and negative. His team at work is in disarray. He has problems at home when he wakes up Monday morning to a flat tire, so he's just fed up with life. He walks inside, he asks his wife to take him to work, and she won't. That was based on personal experience. And so George has to take the bus to work, and meets Joy, the bus driver. And she calls him Sugar, and she's gonna cast the characters, teach George the 10 rules for the ride of his life. That not only help him become a more positive person, but a better father, a better husband. And it's about getting his team on the bus and moving in the right direction with a shared vision, focus, and purpose. It's about the fact that every one of us will have to overcome negativity, adversity, and challenges to ultimately define ourselves and our team's success. And George was really his writing about because he was based on me and my own personal struggles with negativity and adversity in my own life. You know, I'm not naturally positive, so I had to work really hard at it. And I know it all starts with a vision. Like, where do we want to go? Because if you can see it, you can create it. If you have a vision, you also have the power to make it happen. Do you have a vision? Yeah! Awesome. If you have it, I want you to pull out your telescope. And I want you to see it. Pull out your telescope in the course of the year, because you will need to keep your vision alive. It's like marathon runners. Most people don't quit the marathon in the first mile. The least amount of people quit in the first mile. And they don't quit in the last mile. The second least amount of people quit in that last mile. They've been running the longest, they've been running the farthest, and yet they don't give up. Why is that? Because you're almost there, because you can see it. Shows the power of the mind. The body is tired, but the mind says keep going. Most people quit in the 20th mile. That is where they're physically tired and then mentally drained. So what happens? They lose their vision. They just stop moving forward. I want to encourage you to keep your vision alive. And if you keep your vision alive, it will keep you alive. Grab a piece of paper and write down when your 20th mile comes. And then next to it, write down, keep my vision alive. I had to do this. When I wrote The Energy Bus, it was rejected by over 30 publishers. It was told, we don't want it, we don't get it. What's an energy bus? Finally, John Gordon and Sons agreed to publish this book. So I remember it was coming out. I was so excited. I put everything I had into this book. I asked a friend, what should I do? He said, pray. So I prayed for it to be a bestseller. It came out, it was a bestseller in Korea. It was this huge hit in Korea. I learned you have to be specific with your prayers. Now, one bookstore in the United States would carry this book. So did I wait for something to happen, or did I go make something happen? Just like you, I had to go on a tour. I went on a 28-city tour, sharing the message in the book. But we didn't have a lot of people on tour. We went to one city, we had 5 people. We went to another city, we had 10 people. We came here, 15 people. You did not show up when I came here last time. The most people we had were 100 people in Des Moines, Iowa. They thought Jon Gordon was coming. That's why they showed up. No joke, people were calling me Jeff all the time. I remember I got home, and I was exhausted, I was tired. I gave everything I had because I believed in the mission. I believed in this vision of inspiring and empowering as many people as possible, one person at a time. But I collapsed when I walked in the door. My wife was there. She was so supportive. You know you're with the right person when they give you strength. And my wife was giving me strength. And I can look back and remember that I met a teacher on that tour that led me to speak to a school. I met a coach that led me to speak to the Jacksonville Jaguars as a football team that year. I met a business person, and that led me to speak to businesses. And now here I am, 10 years later, and I get to speak to you today. Yes, the most positive, powerful people on the planet. I get to speak to you, and I don't take that lightly. It's the culmination of a vision, and the Energy Bus has gone on to sell over 1 million copies as a result of that. Now, do I tell you that because I want you to be impressed with me? No. I tell you that because I want you to look inside yourself. I want you to look at your vision and know that you are here to do something amazing, that you have a vision to accomplish something great, and you have to keep that vision alive because you will hit adversity. You will hit setbacks. You will face challenges. But it's our vision, our belief, and our optimism that will ultimately allow us to continue to move forward. And so the next thing I want to talk about is staying positive on this journey, because we need to stay positive because we will face a lot of challenges. A great analogy for life I want to share with you is a story of my family. We were flying from Jacksonville, Florida, where we live, and we were going to Maine, first time ever going to Maine, connecting in the Philadelphia airport. We arrived an hour and a half late for our connecting flight. We landed in Terminal A, and we're leaving from Terminal F. And I know in Philly you have to connect at C16, which is really far from A. You get to C16, you have to take a bus shuttle, which then takes you to F. I looked at the screen, we only have 10 minutes to make our connecting flight. I'm thinking there's no way we're gonna make it, but we have to go for it. I looked at my wife and kids, my children were 8 and 10 at the time. I said, all right guys, let's start running. And they were now running through the airport. Those who travel recently, have you noticed more people running through airports? Next time you see someone run by you in an airport, I want to encourage you to do what I do, cheer them on. I do, I cheer people on all the time. The other day, this woman was running by the Atlanta airport. I said, go, 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 I believe in you, you can do it. She was struggling, she gave me the thumbs up and she ran by. I don't always get that response. You know where this is going. I was in LaGuardia, New York. This guy gave me the finger. But it's all right, I turned a negative into a positive. I said, that's right, you're number 1. So that was us. Now we're running this airport. We are huffing and puffing. We are out of shape. And finally we get to C16, and there are no bus shuttles there. Look at the watch. 5 minutes to make our connecting flight. There's a woman who's handling all the buses. I said, how will the buses get here? She said 4 minutes. So my kids start crying. We're not going to make it. We're not going to make it. And I turned to them. I said, guys, you have to stay positive. You have to believe we're going to make it. I'm telling you, we're going to make it. I turned turned to the woman and said, we're gonna make it, right? She said, you ain't gonna make it. So finally the bus arrives, we get on the bus, we get to Terminal F, it's the last gate. So now we're sprinting down Terminal F as fast as we can. I have to admit, I left my wife and the kids in the dust. I was getting on that plane with or without them. And just as I arrived, they slammed the door right in my face. I said, man, my wife and kids, they're in their way. She said, I'm sorry, sir, there's nothing I can do. I said, you don't understand, we have all these plans, all the flights are booked, we'll have to stay overnight at the airport and ruin everything. We have to get on this plane. She said, I'm sorry, sir, the plane is pushing back. Look. My wife and kids arrived in that moment. We walked to the big window. We see the small plane, it's pushing back. And as we're watching this plane push back, we are just so dejected. My kids are crying. But then we realized that we could see into the cockpit. And then we realized that we could see the pilots. We realized that they can see us, we make eye contact. So my wife and kids start jumping up and down, waving to the pilots. About a minute later, the door opens, a woman comes out, she says, it worked. So awesome, I just want to tell you that. We walk down the stairs, we literally go outside, we get on the plane, the passengers were not very positive. We take off, we landed, and the miracle occurred, our luggage made it too. A true miracle in Philadelphia. So we're driving away in the rental car, I think, okay, this is a great teachable moment for my kids. I said, so guys, what'd you learn from this experience? I think they're gonna say, you know, Dad, I want to stay positive, I want to believe. My 8-year-old son said, you know, Dad, I want to just keep running. And when he said that, I thought, you know, there's a lot of truth in that. I looked at my wife and said, you know, so often the key to success is that we just keep running. We stay positive, we never give up. I know the work that you do. It's the same way with me too. Life is not a marathon, it's not a sprint, it's a series of sprints combined with a boxing match. We're not just running, but we're getting hit along the way. But here's the deal, optimism is a competitive advantage. Optimism is a competitive advantage. So often, the difference between success and failure is belief. And we have to make sure we cultivate it. Oh yeah, we do have to cultivate it. Best advice I ever heard was from Dr. James Gills, the only person on the planet to complete 6 double Ironman triathlons. That means you do an Ironman, 24 hours later you do another one, and the last time he did it was 59 years old. I asked him how he did it. He said, John, I've learned to talk to myself instead of listen to myself. He said, if I listen to myself, I hear all the negative, all the fear, and all the doubt. But if I talk to myself, I can feed myself with the words and the encouragement that I need to keep on moving forward. Do we need to talk to ourselves more this year? Yes, talk to yourself. Don't listen to yourself. When you get up in the morning, realize that you can feel blessed or stressed. The research shows you can't be stressed and thankful at the same time. So if you're feeling blessed, you won't be stressed. Know that every day you can focus on what you get to do, not what you have to do. So often we talk about, I have to do this, I have to go to the meeting, I have to make these calls, I have to do marketing. No, we get to. We get to live this life. We get to make a difference. We get to impact other people. We get to give people an opportunity to change their lives, their family, and the world. We get to. We don't have to. Yes, you will face challenges, but I want to encourage you to look at your challenges as opportunities to learn, to grow, to improve, to ultimately get better. Every challenge is an opportunity to get better, to grow, and make a greater difference and reach greater heights. If we stay positive on this journey, we have to think like rookies instead of having what I call the curse of experience. The curse of experience longs for the good old days. It complains about the way things are, and it's unadaptable to change. But rookies don't know about the good old days. Rookies put their head down, they work hard, they build relationships, and they create their good old days right now. Yeah. Diana Ortega, 18 years old. Is she here? Heard about her amazing success at 18 years old. She is thinking like a rookie. And that's what we have to think. We have to realize that our best days are ahead of us, not behind us. And ultimately, it's really a big choice between fear and faith. What do fear and faith have in common? They both believe in a future that hasn't happened yet. Fear believes in a negative future, but faith believes in a positive future. If neither has happened yet, why wouldn't we choose to believe in the positive future? Why wouldn't we choose that our best days are ahead of us, right? Every day we can choose faith instead of fear. And that's so important, because if you don't have it, you can't share it. And so leadership is a transfer of belief, and every day you're transferring your belief to others. Sales is a transfer of belief, and every day you're transferring your belief, your optimism to others. And so we gotta fill up with it. We gotta feed ourselves with it so we can share more of it to others. That's why it's so important. And then we have to make sure that we also don't allow the negativity to sabotage us on our journey. I remember telling my dad I want to be a writer and speaker. I found my calling, Dad. His response, what the heck do you want to do that for? That's a load of junk. That won't amount to anything. He used other words. A couple of years after his encouraging advice, I got on the Today Show. Yeah. The show was called Get Energized Today. I remember flying up to be on national television. I was terrified. I got to the green room. They sat me next to Queen Latifah. We had a very energizing conversation. It came my time to go meet with Matt Lauer. I'm walking towards the door and Queen yells, "You go, energy guy." I went out there, I coached several people on enhancing their energy and their optimism for their work. I even coached Ann Curry at the time. And I remember as I walked out of the studio, who called me on the phone but my dad. He's like, "Your mother, I just saw you on TV. You really made a difference. We're so proud of you. We always knew you could do it." I want to encourage you to post a sign that says, "No energy vampires allowed." It's true, not everyone is going to see what you see. Not everyone is going to share your vision. Not everyone is going to believe what you believe. But what I've learned is that your positive energy must be greater than all their negativity. Your certainty, your faith, and your belief must be greater than all the negative energy and doubt. Gandhi said, "I will not let anyone walk through my mind with their dirty feet. And neither should you." Don't allow it. And we have to do that with our teams, right? We have to make sure that we create a positive team. We're not going to allow energy vampires to sabotage our team and the work that we're here to do. I've worked with a number of NFL, NBA, and Major League Baseball teams the last few years, and they brought me in because they know that one person can't make a team, but one person can break a team. And we have to make sure that we're getting everyone on our bus and we're keeping everyone positive for the journey ahead, right? That's the key. I was speaking to a football team, and they had everyone read the energy bus. I spoke to the team. After I spoke, they lost the first 2 games. I thought I ruined them. I sent the coach a text. I said, "Coach, I still believe in you all." He said, "John, the guys are staying on the bus. In years past, we've allowed energy vampires to sabotage our team, but not this year. This year, we won't allow it." In their big meeting room, they put a huge picture of an energy vampire on the wall. And anytime one of the players was being a vampire, they took the player's picture and they put it on the wall. I'm not saying you should do this with your teams, right? I can see now, representative of the month, vampire of the month. But that team went on to win the next 10 games in a row. And I've learned that a team that stays positive together wins together. And it starts with you. So, you are powerful when you are positive, but you are even more powerful when you share your positivity with others. And being positive is not just a state of mind that makes you feel better. It's a state of action that makes your team and others better on this journey. So what I want to share now are three words that allow us to be more positive, share our positivity with others, and ultimately take positive action. And it starts with love. Starts with love. Everything starts with love. It's the greatest leadership, sales principle, customer service tool on the planet. Love. If you don't love it though, you'll never be great at it. Remember that. So it starts with the love that you have first and foremost. You gotta love this. You gotta love it. And then you love your team and you love your customers, because you can't build an incredible relationship with them. You can't help them be their best if you don't love them. And so it starts with loving the people that we're meant to love and then sharing that love with others. And to me, in a practical sense, it's really about taking the time to invest in relationships. It's about communication and it's about connection. Communication is what builds great relationships. Most teams, most organizations break down because of poor communication. And when there's a void in communication, negativity fills it. And I know this in my own life, in my own relationships. I was running really late for a speaking engagement one time, and I go to grab my bag out of the kitchen. I look out the back patio, and there's a snake on the patio. I don't have time to deal with the snake because I'm running really late. I have to get to the airport. So I grabbed my bag, and I ran out the door. My wife, Catherine, she was running errands, and her cell phone was on the counter. I'm thinking, I gotta let Catherine know about the snake. So I'm driving really fast to the airport, and I finally come to a red light, and I start texting her, Catherine, there's a snake on the patio, green light, take off, get to the airport, sprint through security, sprint on the plane. I just made it. I pull out the phone, Catherine, did you get my text? I said, yeah, John, I got your text. You typed snack instead of snake. And there wasn't a snack on the patio. And I'm still paying for it to this day. She got me a book, she said we should read it together. I look at the cover, it's called Have a New Husband by Friday. It's all about slowing down to communicate, connect, so we can let people know we love them. Don't allow busyness and stress to keep you from loving the people that you're meant to love. That's why we don't communicate and connect, because we're so busy and stressed. And we have to make sure we slow down and remember that's the relationships that matter most. If we invest in those relationships, everything else will take off from there. That brings us to the next word. Oh, thank you. That brings us to the next word, and it's serve. Because we love, we serve. Serving is loving in action. And when I think of serving, I think of the greatest coach I've ever had. I think of the greatest encourager in my life, and it was my mom. Yeah. My mom was one of the working women in the 70s. My mom was one of the first people to go out and build a business, build a career. I was talking to my brother on the way here. He said, yeah, Mom was always selling. She was always finding a way to try to support her family, because my biological father left when I was 1 year old. You're not the New York City cop, but he was actually my stepfather, but I hate that term. He raised me since I was 5. But my mom early on started working to support the family, and she kept doing it, and she was just an amazing woman. I remember visiting her in South Florida. Visiting in South Florida where she lived, and we were taking a walk together. My mom was 5'2", she was like the Energizer Bunny, that's where I got my height from. And we're taking this walk. I said, Mom, let's turn back. I can see you getting tired. She said, no, I want to go to the grocery store, I want to go get you some stuff to make you a sandwich for the drive home. My mom thought that I would starve if I didn't have food on the way home of that 5-hour drive. So we got the stuff, we made our way back, and the first thing my mom did was walk right into that kitchen. And she made me that sandwich. I didn't think much about the sandwich at the time. I didn't think about that sandwich when I ate it on the ride home, but I think about that sandwich all the time. That was the last time I saw my mom alive. She was battling cancer. Wouldn't tell anybody how bad it was. But what was her biggest priority? It was me. It was to make me a sandwich. We think serving is about the big things, but no, it's really about the little things that we do each day to let people know that we love them, that we're here for them, and that we care about them. And that's the last word I want to share with you, it's care. So if you're tweeting this, you can tweet #LoveServeCare, because this is the most powerful leadership sales framework on the planet. Love, serve, and care. When I think about caring, I think about doing the little things, and I had to learn that at home. I was at home writing a book, and my son walked in, and he's like, "Hey, Dad, you want to play ping pong?" I'm like, "No, I'm too busy." Comes in again, "Dad, you want to play ping pong?" "No, I'm too busy, Cole." Comes in again, "Dad, you want to play ping pong?" "No, I'm too busy. I'm writing a book about engaged relationships." True story. I felt very convicted in that moment. I called Ken Blanchard up, the author of The 1 Minute Manager. I said, "Ken, I travel all the time. I'm exhausted. I get home." I said, "Ken, my wife wants that neck massage, Ken. Ken, I think I deserve the massage. What should I do?" He said, "John, give her a massage. If you don't, someone else will." So you better believe that night I gave my wife a neck massage. It was out of fear, I admit that. But then I started doing laundry out of love. And that's one of the things I do now at home is that I do the laundry. Do I like the laundry? No. But it's not about what I want, it's about what my team needs. It's about what I can do to show my team that I care about them. And now I try to do that also in my work, wherever I go. One of my caring trademarks, and I want us to each come up with our caring trademark, but one of my caring trademarks is if anyone has a challenge, if you have an issue in your life, you can reach out to me and I will respond. Just don't all do it at once, but I will respond. I love to encourage people. I know my caring trademark is to encourage. And I said when I started this mission, it was to inspire and empower as many people as possible, one person at a time. And it's why I am here with you today, because 8 years ago, I was doing a workshop at Woodloch Pines in Pennsylvania, in the Pocono Mountains. And we were expecting about 100 people to show up there. Only 6 people showed up. But I said, you know what? It's 6 people. Remember, John? One person at a time. Make a difference with the people that are right in front of you. Impact them. Guess who one of the 6 people were? Betty Palm. People 8 years ago turned to 6,000 of you amazing people. I want to encourage you to love and serve and care one person at a time, one interaction at a time. Don't focus on building your business. Focus on loving, serving, and caring, and your business will exponentially grow. Do you agree with that? Use all the coaching. Oh my God, the coaching is amazing. Use all the techniques. Use all the strategies. Use all of the great stuff that you've accumulated over the years. That's important. That's a big part of selling. But know that loving, serving, and caring, before that, that precedes that. The power is in that. That will lead to all those other techniques, all those other strategies being so much more successful. Are you with me on that? I know you care. I really know you care, but I want to challenge you today to care more. It's the 1% rule. The 1% rule says, can you give 1% more today than you did yesterday? Can you love and serve and care 1% more today than yesterday? Can you invest a little more energy, a little more time, a little more love, a little more phone call, a little more conversation, a little more interaction, a little more building the business, 1% more today than yesterday? If we all do that, think about that, 6,000 people, 6,000%. If we all do that, imagine the growth we will have if we all invest just 1% more. So what I'd love you to do right now is everybody just raise your hands in the air, both hands. Raise both hands in the air. Now what I'd love for you to do is just go a little bit higher. I noticed that everyone just went a little bit higher. And now what I'd love you to do is connect with the people around you. Find a way to connect somehow. It's a great team building exercise. Let's do it right here too. All right, give yourselves a hand. Great job. That's my challenge. Just reach a little bit higher, care a little bit more, and then connect a little bit deeper each day with the people around you. If we do that, we will live Meraki. Meraki. It's one of my new favorite words, Meraki, M-E-R-A-K-I. It sounds like it's a Japanese word, but it's actually a Greek word. And it means to do something with love. It means to leave a piece of yourself in your work. It means to leave something behind. Meraki, and each one of us, by loving, serving, and caring, can put our love into our work and to others. We will leave something behind, and we will leave an amazing and greater legacy of the lives that we touch. Just as my mom left her legacy in me, you will leave the legacy in your children, in your customers, and the people you impact. My mom was a real estate agent, and my mom was the #1 real estate agent in her company. Why? Because she loved her customers just like she loved her family. I want to close with purpose and action. And purpose is so important on this journey of being a positive you. Why? Because there are going to be days we get up and we don't feel very positive. There are going to be days we get up, we feel like we're a germ to others because we are contagious. But instead we have to become a big dose of positive C, right? And vitamin C. We got to be that vitamin C for others and make sure that we give it that, I call it positive C, because it's that vitamin C that makes others feel great. And you know what? We have that choice every day, and the difference is purpose. That purpose gives us something to be positive about. There are going to be days we get up and we need to fill up with that purpose, because we don't get burned out because of what we do. We get burned out because we forget why we do it. I want to encourage you. Think about what your why is. What is your purpose? What kind of impact can you have? What kind of difference can you make? And then take a word. Find a word that you will put on the front of your bus. It's a purpose-driven word that will drive you forward to be the best you can be, to bring out the best in others. What is that word that you will utilize for this year? And then in January, I want you to pick a new one. But come up with a word. I've heard great words. One woman told me her word was endurance, because she told her kids, I will outlast you. I had a woman here, she told me her word was dream, because she wants to keep dreaming about new ideas, new ventures, and new possibilities. When we first did this as a family, my wife's word was intentional. She wanted to be more intentional at home. Let's face it, reality TV exists because people watch it. When I watch the Kardashians, I feel better about my own family. But it's a distraction. And my wife said, you know what, I'm going to get rid of distractions to be the best mom I can be and make a greater difference in my business to have an impact. Yeah. Distractions are the enemy of greatness. So no, you don't have to go on a mission trip to be on a mission. Know that every day you can bring your mission and your passion and your purpose to the work that you do, to your business, to make a difference in the people around you. And then that should lead to positive action. My goal is that you will leave here, and based on this talk and all the things that you've heard, you will pick one thing you will do differently tomorrow. If we leave conferences like this, research shows that we try to do 3 things at once, 30% chance of success. Try to pick 2 things, about 50%. But you pick one thing that you'll do differently, 97% rate of success if you just pick that one thing. So I talked about the telescope. Well, this is your microscope. The microscope is your commitment to action. Have your list. Master that one thing and then add the next. And after that, add the next. And over time, these actions, these habits will become your success. They will become your results. But know that our commitment to those habits, our commitment to doing these things must be greater than actually our goals. Your commitments are ultimately what lead you to your goals. So my hope is that this won't just be a talk, right? That this will be a call to action that will make an impact in your life. And so I want to close with this one final story. My daughter wrote her college essay last year. And in the essay it said, when I was young, my mom struggled with her health, and my dad struggled with himself. She said, but I watched as he worked to become a more positive person over the years. And then he started writing and speaking and sharing this message to others. And then other people started to become more positive and started to make changes in their lives. I know if they could change and he could change, the world could change. You better believe it brought tears to my eyes. Because I saw how my one decision to be a more positive person not only impacted me, it impacted my marriage, my family, my business, my life, and everyone around me. And I know that being positive doesn't just make you better, it makes everyone around you better. So take that positivity and know that you have a life to live, you have a future to create, you have a business to build, you have a family to love, and you have ultimately a world to change. If anyone can do it, it's the amazing people right here at Avon. Thank you so much. And God bless you.